I'm on my grind. I know what it is.
What's going on, family? Here to give my fight prediction between Gervonta Tank Davis and Hector Luis Garcia that takes place on Saturday, January the 7th at the Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. So we gonna talk about the let's run down the tail of the tape between the two, man. So we got Gervonta Tank Davis stands at his record stands at 27 wins, no losses, 25 wins by way of knockout, a 92% KO ratio. So Gervonta Tank Davis is one of the hardest punchers in boxing. He is definitely the hardest puncher at 135 pounds. He would be the equivalent of put it like this. He's the equivalent of what used to be Deontay Wilder as being the hardest puncher or the highest KO ratio. I don't want to say the hardest puncher, man. I'll just say the highest KO ratio, because Deontay Wilder likely, if definitely, is the hardest puncher in boxing, period, right now. But he doesn't have the highest KO ratio in boxing anymore, because there's a few other ones. I think Makhmudov has the highest KO ratio. That's only slightly, and that's only because Wilder's loss, his two losses to Tyson Fury, and that draw. It kind of Tyson Fury kind of came in and like disrupted that a little bit. That's the only reason. But otherwise, I think Deontay Wilder, if he won those fights with Fury, Wilder would still be the hardest puncher in boxing, hardest puncher in heavyweight division, and he would have the highest KO ratio in the heavyweight division. But anyway, this is about my guy Tank Davis. He's the hardest puncher that we can assume he is at the lightweight division. He definitely has the highest KO ratio. All right, so he stands at his titles. He has a WBA World lightweight title. I believe that's like the Reggie belt. But anyway, he is 28 years old, 5'5.5" in height, 67.5-inch arm reach, coming out of Baltimore. And then we got my guy Hector Luis Garcia. Both of these guys have no losses. Hector he's in at 16 wins, no losses, 10 wins by way of knockout. He has a 52% knockout ratio. All right, and he is 31 years old. Let me say this though, man. He doesn't even look 31. Hector Garcia looks way older than 31, man. He looks like he got to be pushing 40 years old, probably like 38, 39, but it says he's 31, man. So I don't know, man. When it comes to these Dominicans and these Cubans, sometimes, man, sometimes their ages be a little suspect, man, because these dudes' birth certificates don't really be existent like that. So it's a thing, man. But we're just gonna go by what they say. He's 31. That's what it is. All right, and he has a title. He has a title down at 130 pounds. He has the WBA super featherweight title. Okay, and I believe that he got that in the fight that he was fighting to gain that between him and Chris Colbert. And he smoked Chris Colbert and won, and gave Chris Colbert his first loss. Okay, before that, after that, he fought Roger Gutierrez. Pretty good fight. Took that to the cards. And now he's fighting Gervonta Tank Davis up at 135 pounds. So he was pulled up from 130 pounds to fight Tank Davis. So let's get into it, man. Hector Garcia, seen a few of his fights. Pretty good fighter, man. He's a pretty decent fighter. Doesn't have the best speed. Doesn't really have footwork like that. He's a pressure fighter. He's a come forward fighter. Pretty durable from what we can see. Like I said, no losses. Like I said, the footwork issue and the him being pretty much there to get hit is a big issue for me in this fight with him and Tank. A lot of people are questioning why is Tank fighting him. By no means is Hector Garcia a pushover. He comes to fight every time. He's gonna be there to fight Tank. He's going to bring it to Tank. That's just what it is. The question is that everybody's probably wondering is he gonna be able to take Tank's power? You see, when he fighting Gutierrez and he was fighting Chris Colbert, you know, them dudes not really known for having this type of power that Tank got. Now that's down at 130 as well. So you got to understand, Roger Gutierrez, he was a pretty decent puncher though. Chris Colbert, let me check. Let me check and make sure. Let me go check Chris Colbert. I'm on BoxRec right now, actually. Let me check on Roger Gutierrez first and get his exact KO ratio. He has a 64% knockout ratio. So yeah, he had pretty good power, pretty decent power. But Chris Colbert's power, I don't even know. I know he's not a real big puncher. I can tell you that. But right here, Chris Colbert, his power was at 30. He's a 35% power puncher, man. So he only had 6 knockouts out of his 16 wins. So Chris Colbert's not a real big puncher. So Hector Garcia really had no real threat and worried about Chris Colbert's power. Even though you can still get knocked out, but he didn't have to worry really much about his power. Will Hector Garcia go in there and fight Tank Davis the same exact way he fought Chris Colbert and Gutierrez? Will he fight the same way? Will he just go in there and press his foot pedal down and just try to walk Tank down the whole fight? That wouldn't be smart, because this guy Hector Garcia, he doesn't have the best defense. He definitely is wide open for punches. He don't have the best footwork to really get out of the way from Tank's punches. That doesn't mean he's not going to bring the fight to Tank. Can he hurt Tank? I doubt it. This is just me being real. I doubt he can hurt Tank. But listen, this is boxing. Anybody can get hurt. Even, you know, you can get hit by a puncher with 80% KO ratio, not get hurt. And then in one fight, you'll get hit by somebody with like a 30-40% KO ratio and get wobbled and knocked out. That's just a weird way boxing works sometimes. But in reality, the likelihood of him hurting Tank Davis is probably slim to none. Tank has good defense and he has a good chin. He's been hit by people that hit harder than Hector Garcia too. So that's something that we got to take into consideration. Tank has better footwork, better speed, way more power, way better ring IQ. I think what's going to happen is Tank going to go in there and try to get some rounds in. He's going to go in there and play with him a little bit. And then Hector's going to press the issue. Tank going to start running away from him, try to box a little bit more. That's probably going to lull Hector Garcia to sleep, bro. That's going to lull him to sleep. And if Hector Garcia's team has learned anything from Tank's old fights, that's what he does. He did that to Rolly Romero. He was baiting Rolly into believing he didn't want to really engage with him. And then Rolly overextended himself, got greedy, and Tank countered him and knocked him out. Okay? Hector Garcia is not as reckless as Rolly, so he's going to be having a little bit more maybe controlled aggression. But at some points in that fight, he is going to probably get a little bit comfortable and besides himself. Because I'm telling you, Tank his IQ. That's the way it's set up. He's going to allow you to think that your punches are doing something to him. Yeah, you're affecting me. Yeah, that's why I'm backing up, because I don't want to get hit by your punches. But he's analyzing what he's gonna do to this motherfucker. That's what's gonna happen in this fight. So, what I predict that's going to happen is Hector Garcia definitely is going to press Tank Davis in this fight. He's going to get pressed, without a doubt. That's just Hector Garcia. Tank is going to get hit. They're going to have some exchanges. Tank is going to outbox a little bit to definitely set the knockout out. He's going to set it up just like that. And I would predict somewhere between rounds 8 and 9. Maybe like the 9th round. I'm going for a 9th round knockout. He's going to catch Hector Garcia. It's not going to be that same knockout that he did with Leo Santa Cruz. He's probably going to stop him. I don't want to say a body shot. He's going to catch him with like maybe a left hook or something. It's going to knock him out. Hector's going to throw out right. Probably going to try like an overhead right or something. Gonna time it. Probably take a step back and see his face wide open. What's that? Nothing is blocking that face. The right side of his face, is that right coming or something? Tank will come across with a left hook and crack him and put him to sleep. This is going to be Hector Garcia's first time getting knocked out, because neither one of these guys have been knocked out. So, will Hector Garcia can take a good run? I believe so. but only because I think, not because I think Hector is better than Tank or can hang with Tank. I just think Hector's a good fighter, but Tank is just gonna go in there and just try to set him up. I think that's what's gonna happen, and I think Tank probably could get him out sooner if he wanted to, but I think he's gonna go in there and probably put on a little clinic and then go ahead and go for the kill shot, man. So my prediction for this fight is Gervonta Tank Davis by a 9th round knockout of Hector Luis Garcia. Let me know what you think. This is Rebel Life Boxing. Hope y'all enjoyed this. I'll catch y'all later on the next one. And I'm out. Peace.